What's going on, everybody? So we got a new package in the mail today, Sherpa Rack, and this is the crow's nest for the top of our topper. So we're gonna get it unboxed. I'm actually wearing a Sherpa shirt today. It's kind of funny. So we're gonna get it unboxed. I'm gonna kind of lay everything out, show you what comes included, and then we will start to get it installed. Now, the one question that I have for myself is the Sherpa Rack for the crow's nest, or I should say, the crow's nest for the topper, you can mount it with the feet in a low profile and a high profile. So I need to see which one's going to work best for me. I want to check clearance because I still want to make sure I can park in the garage, and I want to kind of check the spacing between the bottom of the rack and the topper, and also to make sure that the doors, the gull wing doors, will be able to open with the new hinges that I put on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get it quickly unpacked, and I'll put everything out on the tailgate, and we'll get started. Okay, so here's everything. We have the side plates. We have 5 crossbars. I went with the 48-inch crossbars. And then you have 2 different sets of feet. You have these 10 145As and 10 145 or 146B. The difference is the angle in which the B's are, they sit back this way a little bit wider versus the A's. So I'm going to try the A's. The idea is that once this is mounted onto the boards or onto these crossbars, you're really going to be getting the flattest possible. So I may have to do the B's. The other piece that you get an option around here, which is really cool, is I can mount this upper bracket. This is the bracket that actually attaches to the bars. I can mount it shorty like that. I could also flip it so it would actually stick up a lot taller, and you also have a little bit of play both sides that way, which is really, really nice. So we're going to go ahead and mount these to the crossbars. These mount with some of the M6 bolts and nuts into the T-nuts, and they mount just like that there. I'll tighten everything down. I'll try one set first and throw it up on the truck, and I'll check the angle and the pitch to make sure we're good there, and then I'll also check to make sure I can fit into the garage. So I'm going to do that, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. Oh, the other thing too, really quick before I go, there's these M8 bolts. These are the ones, at least for the SmartCap, these fit directly into the OEM slots that have T-nuts already built into them. The directions on the Sherpa site say use the M6s, but the M8s are actually the ones that you'll use, at least if you have a SmartCap. So we got the bars mounted up, the feet on. These are still kind of hand tightened so I can move the bars front and back, but we ended up switching it so that they were taller. We are using the A bracket because I felt that angle, if this was towed out even more, which is what these would have done, these would have pushed it out further, that angle would not have worked. So at least on the SmartCap, my opinion is you use the A. Now I also flipped them up so they're taller and they're in their highest position, and I got everything centered. Now the rears is a little bit wider just because the way the SmartCap is designed, so keep that in mind. Things are a little more narrow up here, but I need to get the side plates on now. I did do a quick test fit, and I think I'm pretty close on the doors hitting. So we will see if I can still make it work with a 48-inch bar. Sherpa recommends that, well, obviously they recommend if you don't change out your struts on these doors, that you want to go with a 5-inch shorter. So SmartCap says that you can do a 48-inch, or like a 48-inch bar is what you would normally run on this, and that's what those are. Those are 48 inches. But they recommend, Sherpa recommends that you go 5 inches shorter, so they would recommend you do a 43-inch bar so that your doors won't hit. Now I did already change my gas struts on these doors so they don't open as tall. That's a short, I can leave a link to that. So they do come down about an inch closer, but if I open this up right now, you can see we're probably going to hit on this back one, so we may have to like either take that strut off, because we just need that to just be down just a little bit more. So I'm going to put the plate on, and we'll see exactly where we stand on this. So moving along, got our, what is this, 5/32. getting these tightened up, and we are gonna do a test fit on the door here shortly. But this is why I went with the 48-inch bars, because I wanted, I'm sorry, but I wanted that symmetry. If this was towed in, call it 2.5 inches on each side, I just think that would just kind of look weird, and I wanted the maximum space up there. I mean, I'm just loving how it just continues looking so good, so good. So we're gonna get the plate up on the other side. Now, it's one thing to remember is when you're installing your crossbars, especially on these main ones, they get slotted into these smaller slots here. And so these are kind of your dedicated bars. These cannot move, or shouldn't be moving at all. Now, you are given 5 bars. I actually have a couple extra ones to slot in. So I could do a bar in the very rear, which in the very back, which I will do, because I got to put my camera and I got to mount my chase light also. But your main bars get slotted into these smaller pieces here. Then you can put your other bars wherever you kind of want. So we're gonna get the other side, and we'll come back and we'll do a test open on the doors. All right, so one thing I wanna show you all, let me just get up here, is just how tight the tolerance is that Sherpa built this. Because if you put the plate all the way on and you do one screw, it doesn't look like both screws will go on. So my recommendation is you start both screws with the plate, with the side plate kind of towed out a little bit. It's my dog, sorry. And then you just start to screw these in, because like I said, the tolerances that they designed this is super tight. That's how you do it. You get both started with the plate off, and I just dropped my wrench, so I'll finish screwing those on, but that's my recommendation. That's how you can get both screws in, because if you do one screw with the plate all the way in, it doesn't really look like it's gonna go, and you can actually start to strip it. So start out, because this metal will, the material will flex just a little bit and give you a little room, but you want that nice and tight, nice and snug. So start with it backed off a little bit, then you can screw the whole thing and let it compress on. Okay, both sides are on. Let's see how we are. Let's see how we're looking. Whew, is that hitting? It's just barely hitting, like barely, like no, actually I can see light. Okay, it's hitting, just it's such a light knock. I'm not even worried about it. I might just do like a really thin piece of rubber on the bottom of this. Let's go check the other side out. Same thing, just a little bit. Maybe when I have some gear on the door, it weights it down just a little bit. It just needs to come down just like a smidge. I don't know if I can adjust these gas struts at all. I could also just do maybe a small washer. I could do a couple washers on the bottom just to lift the rack up just like a 1/16 of an inch. We clear. Look at that. It's barely. I can live with that, and we could work with that. We can fix that. A rubber gasket or something. Boom. All right, let's finish putting the plates on, or the side cross members, and then we are done. All right, we are done. Locked in. Got the bars on all the way. Everything's tight. All said and done. 2 hours. That's it, guys. I hope you found this helpful, useful. I mean, I certainly did. I learned a lot about these racks, the tolerances. Sherpa, thank you so much for sending this rack my way. So like I said, they did send me this rack. I did have to pay for the Rainier again, just because I was an idiot and I sold it because we thought we were changing the truck up. But Sherpa is being a great partner in supporting this channel and supporting this build. So thank you guys. I'll link everything down below. For the rack that I got, again, 48-inch bars. I changed out the gas struts so that the doors could open. On the 40-inch bars. Otherwise, you're going to want to get the 43-inch bars, but again, that will mean your rack will be about 2.5 inches in, for the rest of if you have a rack on the front of the truck. Again, those are all personal preferences. This is what I chose to do. Make your own decisions. But if you have any questions, please reach out, leave comments down below. You can also reach out to me on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all those good socials. I'll do what I can to help support you. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.